Hey everyone, Jeff with Eternity Shore. I'm here at the boat today to do a job I probably should have done last fall, which is to drain the gear oil out of the lower units. I only have enough oil for one of the units because this kind of oil has been on back order for quite some time. So I'm going to try to do the starboard side and we'll see how that goes. Take this off first, and we're going to need to take the duoprops off to access the drain for the gear oil. In order to do that, I bought a special tool online, which if you have a Volvo Penta, you probably have this already. I did not. So this is supposed to be for the outer prop. And these are supposed to be for the inner prop that fits the groove on the inner prop. I think you're supposed to put the boat in gear, but I might be able to take a piece of wood and put it in here. We'll see. Okay, just put that in gear. Okay, that's all the way on. Well, that's moving. Finally. All right. It didn't look very promising for a while. So now this is coming off. Okay. Apparently we're supposed to be able to put that in here. Like so. And then with this, I gotta put the boat in reverse. Put the boat in reverse. Boom. There it comes. Okay. Down here, right here is where you access the drain for this oil. I think these are 10 millimeter at the top. Not, there's no screw here. This one's missing. Tasty. All right, here's the screw here. This is that's the dipstick, and we gotta take that off, the screwdriver. I put some oil on that. Can't get it off yet. I did get the dipstick off, so maybe I can start draining even without this coming off. That's a hex. There we go. Okay. So that's loose. Let's stick my little finger in there. Almost out. All right. And that doesn't look great, does it? The O-ring looks good, which is good news. Now we wait for that to drain completely. But what do you guys think of that gear oil? I don't know if it's just the kind that they used. It's not supposed to be milky at all. It looks milky to me. I'm not sure though. I'm gonna let it do that for a couple hours and work on something else. All right, I'm looking for everybody's help on this. I've told you before that the C-clip is missing here. You see how this is pushed over. And on this side, I'm on the outdrive, this is pushed in. So if that's the case, the C-clip came off of here too. It got pushed over. Push this off. How do you get this back this way? Yeah, help me out, YouTube. I'm trying to compare what I'm seeing out of this outdrive with this outdrive, so I've prepped this outdrive. Okay, I don't want to drain this completely because I don't have oil to fill it, but I want to take a look at comparing what was coming out of that. It looks better to me than the other side. I don't know what you think about it. All right, we put this back in and stop that flow. Okay, so here's your answer. This is the port side outdrive. Check out the color of that gear oil coming out. And here's your starboard side. So my understanding is it could be a number of different things. I might call a pro for this. I have scraped, lubricated, and I cannot get this screw off. I am back at it with our outdrives. So I did talk to my mechanic about this, and because we're unsure as to when the lower units were actually done before, it's possible that that's not really milky, but it is the color of the lower gear oil. So suggestion was to go ahead and fill it. I couldn't get the screw out. It was just a flathead screw, which you're supposed to fill up to that line. I couldn't get it out. So went to my local hardware store and I got this impact driver from them. This was a big recommendation from my mechanic to get one of these. So I'll show you my first attempt at using this. This was the last one in the hardware store, and they did not have the Phillips heads. They just had the flat heads. They were gone. So instead of charging me 20 bucks, he charged me 10, and I was desperate because I need to try to get this off. I'll give this a shot. In the meantime, went to McDonald's to get some Diet Coke, but also, because once that's empty, I'm gonna put some of this in there. This is that other oil, just to see how much water is actually in there to test it. Okay, so I have my impact driver, which I think I've done the right way. I think if should turn it counterclock, have it upside down, turning it counterclockwise. That would be to tighten, I think. And I think that is to loosen. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put it right here. I got nothing. Try a slightly different angle. Well, this is disappointing. I've done everything I can. I can't get this frickin' thing off. No way. This is not the preferred way to do it, but there is a dipstick in the top. We're only supposed to fill it until it comes out of that bolt right there, which is really in the middle. But we'll have to keep checking the dipstick, unfortunately. Okay, so it's been about an hour, and I've let this somewhat milky, you can see it that way, oil sit here, and you can see there really is hardly any water, if any at all, in here. So even though it's milky, it may be that when they changed the oil, this was the color was different than the other side. So I'm going to go ahead with confidence and fill it. Okay, so I have my gear oil pump here with a couple adapters. Okay, so the one that's on here should work. Let me make sure that this goes in correctly. So of course I got the gear oil pump that's not compatible with Volvo. Back to the store. So I went to another local marine store, and Volvo Penta sells a lower unit adapter, which I'm hoping will go on that to go in here, because you notice it's long and thin here. See how long that is and thin? There's no room for that to go in this lower unit. Yep, that's gonna screw right in there. Here is a store count today. I went to my local hardware store on the way here to get that impact thing that didn't do jack. Went to West Marine looking for gear oil because my gear oil wasn't showing up from Amazon. I went to Home Depot, then I went to Walmart, then I went back to West Marine, then I went to a local marine store to try to find a C-clip, and then I went to another marine store. So that's local hardware store, West Marine, Home Depot, Walmart, West Marine, local marine store. That's 7 stores. It's 1 o'clock. I've spent a lot of time at the store. All right, let's see if that's gonna stay. Not come out. So, okay. Note the color here. That's pretty green. So let's see if it'll go in and not come out. Okay, see, we're getting down to the end of that. Okay, so I've put about 2 quarts in each of the outdrives. Hey, it's the middle of February. I'm wearing a short sleeve shirt. There is a sailboat out on the water. Crazy, right? Maybe we're 6 weeks away from launch. I don't know, but it's very, very exciting. Very exciting indeed. As always, I didn't get as much done as I wanted to, but both outdrives have their gear oil in them to the appropriate level. And I scraped the barnacles on, about 90% of the barnacles on each of the outdrives. And I think the Admiral will make her winter debut soon, and she's gonna help me sand the outdrives. And then we're gonna need primer, which I already have. Then we'll do paint. And I need to get white outdrive paint. And then we'll do this glossy thing at the end. I think the last time they painted the outdrives, they didn't do a very good job. I gotta go back and look at that video when we first took possession of the boat, or actually not when we first took possession of the boat, but they had painted both outdrives. But now I look back, it was probably one coat. It was a crappy job, and I couldn't find any records of them changing the lower gear oil. So I think one has one kind of oil and the other had another kind of oil, which is what made things so kind of freakish. This is Jeff with Eternity Shore. Thanks again for watching. Give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you like, and as always, I appreciate your comments. The boating community is awesome. Thank you. We're new to this, so we could use some help. Ciao. You know, my barnacles weren't as bad as this guy's right here. How's that for nuts?